If you're thinking about buying a house in 2026, here's some things that if I were buying a house that I would definitely do, and you should do it as well. Hey everybody, my name is Darren Rivers. I am the Northwest Realtor and head of the Rivers Group. We're gonna look into things that you should prepare for if you're gonna buy a house in 2026. These are things that I would do if I was in the market to do so. I do this all the time for other people, so these are probably gonna be some good tips. So make sure you watch the whole video and let's get started. Okay, so tip number one, if I were buying a house in 2026, what I would do, I would buy now. Because prices are just going to go up. The predictions are that the housing market's going to go up between 5 and 8% in 2026. So if you buy now, you're going to be saving that 5 or 8% versus the end of the year. And when you're spending hundreds of thousands of dollars, maybe even over $1 million, we're talking a significant amount of money. So tip number one, buy now. Have you ever seen the real estate market really go down for the long term? Not since 2008. That was for mortgage reasons, things that we are not running into at all anymore. We're just gonna keep going on the upward trend. Okay, now for real, the first thing I would do, yes, I would buy now, but you gotta get there, right? So for real, the first thing to do is get your financing set up. Let me set you up with a local lender here so you know what all of your options are when it comes to financing. Let you know what your limitations are, what your budget actually is. And you know what? Just because you can afford X amount of dollars doesn't necessarily mean you wanna spend that much. I would not wanna be house poor and max out my housing budget, but it might be for you, but at least you know where you're at. The worst thing to do is start looking at homes and fall in love with a place that is $100,000 out of your budget. So we really want to narrow down what your comfortable budget is, and that way we can set up the home search from there. So get your financing set up. Let me introduce you to a couple lenders that I have here that would do great for you, and that is absolutely the first place to start. The next item on what I would do if I was looking for a house is this is where you sit down and you make your list of pros and cons, your must-haves, your nice-to-haves, all the things. Let's narrow down what area you want to be in. And keep in mind, you know, how far do you want to be from shopping? How far do you want to be from the schools if you have a family? How far do you want to be from work? Do you want to be out in the woods? Do you want to be more in an urban area? You know, think about all that stuff. So it's the setting that you're really looking at, and then you transition that into what you're looking for in a house. How big do you want it to be? How many bedrooms do you have to have? Do you need a fenced backyard? Do you need garage space? What is important to you? Do you want a single family home, or do you want more of a townhome or a condo kind of feel? So many things, and there's advantages and disadvantages to both, of course, and it just depends on your lifestyle. If you're a single person or if you're a family with 6 kids, you're looking at totally different things. So figure that out and realize when you're house shopping, you're not gonna find the perfect house in all likelihood. There's gonna be something that's not exactly what you want. If that's what you're looking for, you should just buy vacant land and build your own house to exactly what you're looking for. But if you're buying an existing house, it really comes down to, hey, this checks many of the boxes and all of the must-haves. Okay, and there's this over here and I can deal with that. Those are the things that you really gotta figure out where you're at with that and what you wanna do. And you gotta realize if you are not just you, if you have a spouse or a significant other or something like that, well, they may have different wants and needs than you do. So it's blending those together, and I'm gonna stay out of that. That's for you guys to figure out. The next step that I would do if you're buying a house in 2026 is you gotta get connected with a good real estate agent. Obviously, if you're looking in Gig Harbor, you're gonna call me. But if you're looking anywhere else, you gotta get hooked up with a good agent that's gonna be your eyes and ears for everything, that's gonna keep an eye out for homes that may pop up that fit your criteria, that can guide you through the different neighborhoods, guide you through, you know, what you're looking at, all the, just be your resource. They gotta be your everything. We need to make the moving process and the home buying process as stress-free as possible and as fun as possible. So you need to work with somebody that's gonna be responsive. They may not be able to answer every single phone call, but they better return that phone call. That's resourceful, that can point you in the right direction as far as financing or contractors, or what advantages are of living in certain areas versus other areas. They're gonna truly be your eyes and ears. You want a true professional. You're making probably the biggest investment of your life. You better put it in somebody's hands that you actually totally trust and you know is gonna do a good job for you. So here's where a lot of people fall into something that doesn't really work out, is they have a family member or a family friend or something like that that is technically a real estate agent that sort of does it part-time or on the side and isn't a true professional at it, and they feel obligated to use that person because of their relationship with them, whatever that may be. And this can really come back and bite you, especially, I mean, if you have a family member that is a really good agent and a professional, then by all means, go for it, right? But if it's somebody that sells 2 or 3 houses a year and just kind of does it on the side, is that who you want to invest, you know, your time and energy and money into and spend $1 million on a home through whenever they don't know how to guide you through it? This is, you know, this isn't personal when it comes to this. These are big business transactions with a lot of money on the line, and you want to make sure you're being taken care of by the best out there. So just be careful. If you have a family member that's a real estate agent, a close friend that's a real estate agent, they still need to be interviewed. You still need to do your due diligence to make sure that they are actually the best fit for you. Because the worst thing in the world is you use them and that deal goes sideways. That not only damages you from a financial standpoint, that's going to damage your personal relationship with them as well. So keep all that in mind. Really do your due diligence and pick the best person for you. Okay, so the last thing that you should really keep in mind and keep at the forefront of your mind when you're buying a house in 2026 is, and this is going to be opposite what I said in the beginning when I said buy now. Well, yes, I would recommend buying sooner than later, but be patient. Don't settle for something that is not going to be your forever house. You don't want to do this and then 18 months later, 8 months later, whatever it may be like, oh, this isn't really what I want, and then have to bail out of that, because then you're going to take a loss. Be patient, find the right house for you. If you buy one today or if you buy one 2 or 3 months down the road, it's not going to be that big of a difference financially. The market's not going to just skyrocket in 2 months. Now, if you delay 2 or 3 years, yeah, you're going to be losing time. But again, you're buying your forever house maybe, or something that you want to raise your family in. Be patient, find the right one. You don't have to jump at something. Remember that pros and cons list, the haves, the must-haves, the nice-to-haves. Really keep that in mind. And just don't jump into something just because you think it might be good enough. Be patient, find the right house for you. So that is it. Those are home buying tips for 2026, what I would do if I were buying a house. Again, my name is Darren Rivers. I am the Northwest Realtor and head of the Rivers Group. All my contact information is right here, so feel free to reach out to me at any time. Even if you're not looking here and you just want some ideas or run some things by me, I'm happy to help out, be a resource for you. So reach out to me and we'll talk then. Give me a thumbs up, 2 of them if you like. If you like this video, subscribe to my channel. We do videos all the time about here Gig Harbor, things that we have to offer, home buying tips like this one today, all sorts of things real estate related and Gig Harbor related. So subscribe to my channel and we'll see you on the next one.